made a day a lot. So the feeling of my life is a damn game. Nigga really wanna die in the nighttime. Only time I feel pain when I'm feeling love. That's why I said it on my face that I'm down numb. Only time you come on my mind when I'm all alone. That's why I'm never really alone in it.
Right, it's good YouTube. Pretty much this video, as you can tell on the title. Actually, I don't even know what I'm titling this yet. So pretty much in this video, I'm pretty much taking you on my shoot for the day, or well, tonight. It's at 6:30 in Chinatown, Southport, so pretty stoked for that. Got some wicked ideas, some awesome like dresses and stuff. I'm gonna have some behind the scenes action with my girlfriend filming me as I shoot and the model, and just pretty much gonna go from there. And then I'm gonna show you how I would edit the photos, if there is any good ones out of it, on Lightroom on here. Pretty much just gonna be like a live view of what I think of everything, or what I should have done better. Here is the Instagram. Her name is Kristen, and you'll be seeing her later in the video. This is who I'm shooting with tonight at Chinatown. It's gonna be wicked.
Feel you breathing down my neck as the blood scratched into my legs, waiting for a chance to prove that my soul, it belongs to you. I just wanna go there. I just want a beautiful escape. I just wanna move, yeah. Show you that this love is yours to take. And now we're driving over fears that make us feel like we're not enough. Yeah, we're flying now, closer.
Let me just do one of these. Pardon, sorry. Yeah, lots of glitter.
Alright, so it's the next day pretty much. We got home so late, and I've already had a crack at editing these few photos because I just couldn't wait, and I wanted to have a go. I made this night portraits preset, but like I said, I'm going to show you how I come across this. It took a long time. We got home about 11 o'clock and I stayed up till about 1, 2-ish, like just editing a few of them. And then this morning I just finished them off because I was super pumped, and I'm just so happy with the results. So here we go, let's reset this real quick. So before and after, like, oh man, it's sick, so good. I pretty much like went between like Brandon style and like a Harry Chen kind of style. So that's just like what I would really like, putting those two together, and this is kind of what I come out like. These lights though, I couldn't get rid of this, like I think that's called the chromatic aberration, whatever the fuck it is, I don't even know. But yeah, I couldn't really fix that, so I was like, whatever, leave it. I'm not going to try and mess around with it anymore. I like how it is. They've turned that sick. Alright, right, let's jump into this. Right, let's reset this real quick. Alright, so the first thing that I did when I jumped into this, I bumped up the exposure to around 90, roughly. Now, it does look overexposed and like looks all weird and not exactly, but as you go through these steps, this is like, it will just all make sense and it all blends out very nicely. Because when I was creating it, I was like, oh, I need to add this, then I added something, and then I added another thing, and it all just worked together and process snowballed and turned out into the final result. So then what I did, I went straight into the split tonings, and I went for, pretty sure I got this off of YouTube not long ago. When I did this, I've been doing it in my photos lately. I go around 55, 50 to 55 for the highlights, and then put the saturation around 12, about 10 to 14 is roughly the good idea. Like, it doesn't change much there, but you kind of can notice it in the end result. So I'll show you that later. And then this one was around, it was like a bluey color, so it was around 230-ish roughly. It's like bluey purpley around there. Let's go a bit darker, actually, 238. That would do. Here we go, perfect. And then I kept my saturation roughly around there. And then what I did straight after that, I actually wanted to bump up the detail the slightest bit, not too much so it didn't go too grainy, because you can see there is grain because obviously I shot at night, but not much you can do about that. And then quickly add my profile corrections. And then what I wanted to do was go back to the top. Actually, let's use the toe curve. Make sure you're on RGB for this one. What I'm going to do is go 1 point here and 1 point maybe probably like there somewhere. So I'm going to bring up this so it flattens the blacks, drop the blacks a tiny bit, and then bring up, I do believe this is your whites, your shadows. No, that's your shadows, blacks. I forgot what the middle bit is. It actually tells you, doesn't it? Oh yeah, so it's your lights. Your lights are in the middle. Awesome, so that's roughly around similar to what I had, and then I headed over to the reds, and I don't think I changed too much. I think I might have dropped them. I'm not actually sure. I think I might have raised them the tiniest bit, like right there. And then I jumped over to the blues, And what I did here, I went 1, 2, and I raised that slightly, and I do believe I dropped that. I raised that. I think I raised it, yeah, just a slight bit, and then I dropped this on. It's one of these two. I kept playing around with this for so long because apparently this is what Brandon plays with a lot to get like his bluey tones in his photos. So it's roughly around there. I mean, we can come back to it if it's not the exact same, but that was like pretty much all I did for the tone curve, and then I bumped up my clarity to around 15. I don't normally use clarity, but because like light and there's a lot of sharp features in it, I just really wanted to use it. I'm then also going to drop the highlights to around 30-ish, around there, maybe go 35, yep, that works, and then drop the shadows to around 10-ish. Don't want them too dark, probably 10 would work. And then 27 whites, I know that one for a fact because I just looked at it, I had a look just before I got rid of it, and then I might drop the blacks the tiniest bit. You don't really need to, it doesn't really change too much, but it's just how I'm doing it. And then what I'm going to do is bring up the vibrance, go to 37, and then we're going to drop this by 10, maybe 12, 10, maybe 12 works. I think 12 works the best. And then already you can see that like there is a huge difference in like the photos. So then what I'm going to do for the last little bit is just head down to the luminance, and let's just go here we go, luminance, and I'm going to play around with this. I don't know what I want it at. Maybe I don't want to go too much. Maybe go 30. I reckon 30 might work. Oh, maybe not. Maybe go 25. Go 20. Screw it. We'll go 20. 20 for the luminance, roughly. And then I want to also add a bit of vignetting. So where is it? Here we go. Not too much. Probably around that. That'll probably make a difference still. Yeah, that works. That's perfect right there, I would say. And then I'm going to add a little bit of grain. Don't have to add grain, but it's just something I do. And then that's that. We don't need to touch that. That's done. What else is done? The detail is done. Lens correction is done. Split toning. Do I want to bring the saturation up more? I don't know. No, you don't want it too yellow. Let's drop it to about 6. I do like that kind of flat look though. I don't know. Bring this one up a bit more. Yep. And then let's go back to that blue tone curve and really start playing around with it. Yeah, I think right where I have it, I'm going to leave it. Just going to quickly copy that, and I'm going to see how close I got it to. Pretty close. I think this just because I changed the oranges. I went like this in the other one. I went something like that, yeah. And then I dropped them ever so slightly so our face wasn't too orange. And then I think that's all I did. So alright, so that's pretty much like the end result. That's literally all I did. So I just smashed them out through all the photos and then touched everything up that needed to be done, like exposure, lighting. Certain colors had to flip because there was blue in the background and it blended in with like other things in the foreground, like things like that. So I just had to go through them all, and let's just see how close I got to this. So there's the night portrait one that I got, and here's the one we just made. That's like, yeah, that's literally it. Maybe I like the one that I just made a lot better. Let's just run through these real quick. So here's just a bunch. Actually, you know what? I'll slap them on the screen. So here you go. Here's a bunch that we took. Here's like my top, say like, I don't know, just say favorites. I'm not going to give a number because there's so many. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's end this video with some bangers of these photos that we got. Here you go, and I'll see you guys in the next video.